Un momento, por favor. My camera's blurry. And I think it's the internet connection because of the weather outside. It looks so blurry. But yeah, I was attempting to make this video on YouTube, and as I was watching the playback of it, it was so choppy it didn't make any sense. So the video that I was trying to make is just talking about business tips in general, and more specifically when you are preparing to go into salon ownership. So just a word of advice that I would give for anyone interested in owning their salon is do not own a salon. What you should do is get suites instead, because nowadays all stylists want their own private space and they don't want to work in a shared co-working environment. So the best thing to do is to give them that. Give people what they want. Hi, Damari. If you build a business around what people are telling you that they need, then you will be successful. Now, myself, the reason why I have a salon right now is because I negotiated for the rate of this salon to work for me, because it was not in mint condition when I got it, and I did all of the repairs. I put the floor down. I painted the walls as high as I could get up, and then a family friend stepped in and said, hey, you doing this? I'm about to look out, just off the strength that you're in here doing that, and that's dope. But yeah, long story short, I knew I could do all the work that was required in here, so I was able to save myself a lot of money. But I thought smart. I was like, I'm about to get a rate that works for me. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love your logo. It's beautiful. But yeah, I was like, well, I can make it work for me. So technically, this would be like the expenses that the higher end suites would be. So it would essentially be what a suite would be for somebody if they were in one of those high end places that included everything. That's what my expenses are in here, because I'm smart and I negotiated it to be that way. So this whole salon was designed to be my suite. And then as time progressed, I was like, I do not need all this space for myself. That does not make sense. And really, that's how you're supposed to do business anyway. You're supposed to make it make sense for you so that it can be an investment. You're not supposed to go and make it a ridiculous out-of-pocket expense just so you can say you have your own business. You know, you're supposed to make it make sense, make it make money. You know, don't make it just so you can talk about it and say, ooh, I got my own. No, make it make sense so it can work for you. So like I said, I researched, I networked with other people in the industry and made it a point to make connections with people who were ahead of me. And more specifically, someone who inspired me along my journey when I got started to go full time was Nabi. She's right next door, Anaya Bay. She's a boss and she's dope. And I went and talked to her and asked her for some tips, some advice when I got ready to go full time. And that connection there allowed me to, when it was time for me to go ahead and move forward, I had a contact, a business contact. So the way that you're supposed to move in business is always speak with kindness and respect to everybody. You know, never talk to somebody like they're your left shoe. Never talk to somebody like the same way you would talk to, excuse me, you know, somebody in the streets. If it's business, talk to people like business, because you never know what you can get for help later. You never know what somebody would do for you to help you along your journey. Build bridges, don't burn them down. That's what you do if you are looking to start your own business and be successful in the industry. You show love and respect, and people will go out their way to look out for you and connect you with other people that they know. Or you could do it by yourself. You can always get it out the mud by yourself. Now, I would never say that I got it out the mud by myself, because like I just said, I built a connection with somebody valuable that enabled me to even get in the position that I'm in, just from talking to somebody and building a connection, from seeing the greatness in somebody else and being humble about it and being teachable and willing to learn and ask somebody a question and get the information that I needed. But yeah, I would tell you, don't get a salon. This was never intended to be a salon. This was just a place for me to work. When COVID hit, I couldn't do hair at home anymore. It was one station in here because it was just for me. So I came in here, and it was just me in here. It was nice. I put the floor down, baseboards down myself. I do that. But, I did all that so that I could have a nice, clean, professional place to do hair. That's all it was. It was never meant to be a salon. I don't need to brag about nothing. I didn't do it to say, oh, I got a salon. I really could care less. I was making the same bread at home. Only thing that changed was COVID, and I didn't want to take the risk because I have 2 children now, and I just didn't want to do that. I was like, all right, well, I need a place that I could control the environment. Let me go ahead and get a salon. So it turned out to be a good investment, and it made sense, and now it's a school. But yeah, that's what I would say. Don't get a salon. Like, it's no reason to get a salon. If you're going to do anything, get suites. That's just some free game. Get suites and give people what they want. What people want is their own individual salon space. They want their own space that's not connected to anybody. They don't have to speak to anybody. All they got to do is go in, turn their key, and get to work. And do what they love to do every day. That's what you should do. It's no reason to get a salon because no one wants to work in a salon. No one wants to come in and feel like they're in somebody else's space, which is never what it is. It's just come get your money, come hustle, grind it out. But that's just the ego of a stylist. We all artists and everybody want to be. Yeah, it did end up working in my favor. Thank you, Jenny. But yeah, just thinking bigger picture. Like, I was like, well, shoot, I just need somewhere to work. That's the only reason I got the building. I did not get this because I wanted to be a salon owner. I was trying to open a school, actually, and life meant for me to go another direction. I was opening a school in the building next door, and it needed too much work, and I was not about to do that because the bread that was required to get that up to par, I was like, I ain't about to do that, and then it's not mine. Like, not mine flat out with papers. Oh, no, I'm not about to do that and pay you rent. You need to get that up to par. So I didn't do it. And then it ended up me being able to be in another space. And I was like, all right, cool, word. I'll get it up to date. But this showed me that I was capable of doing renovations. Like, I've done it at home. I've put floors down at home, but I never had revamped the whole space. So being in here showed me that I'm capable of bringing a place up to par. Without the know-how of doing something like this, it's expensive as hell. Like, getting this right was at least 5 bands, buying the materials and the supplies. So imagine if you don't know how to do the work yourself. You're going to have to pay contractors, and they're going to put their work fee in there. Even if you know them personally, they're going to put their work fee in there. That was just 5 bands then. Not on top of what I've put in to upgrade it over time. So I'm like, it's not cheap, and it's pointless because nobody wants to work in a salon. People want their own space. So if you want your own salon, don't get your own salon. Get salon suites so that other people, it can make money for you. You don't even have to do anything. Just let everybody come in. And suites are lucrative. They can be anywhere from, on the low end, $400, which is, that's if they don't, if it's not, that's like if it's for something like nails or makeup, something that does not require, and that's if you're not getting a bigger space. If you're just getting a space just for you and not for other people, depending on where you are and the location, you can get them as low as $400, but they go as high as $1,500. And that's what I'm saying. When you're like on the higher end of that, that's what I would say is what I negotiated. Because I was being smart. I was like, I'm about to make this make sense. So my overall overhead is what someone would pay for a luxury suite. Yet I was able to get a whole salon for that from being business savvy. So, be smart about it. But suites are lucrative business. You could get you a building, put like 6 of them in there, and charge even $750 a piece, $650 a piece, and make 4 or 5 bands a month just from residual income, and not have to do anything. That's more than you would definitely make in a salon, because in a salon you have to worry about people being willing to continue to do that every month, and people already don't want to be in a salon to begin with for whatever reason. I didn't mind. I just was trying to get my bread. When I started out, I didn't care where I was. I just wanted to be wherever the money was at, where the money resides. And the money resides with me, but I just needed a place to do my craft, So I was like, I don't care where I'm at. I'll be in a salon. I don't have too much pride to be in a salon working with somebody. I did it several times. It's okay, Mari. I love you. But yeah, I don't care. I don't have too much pride to be in a salon. What's wrong with a salon? But the thing about most salons, you got to stay to yourself. And that's why people don't like them. They want to be in their own private space. So that's just a word to the wise. If you're thinking about doing some real estate related to the beauty industry, get something that will work for anyone in the beauty industry. Your lash techs, your nail technicians, get them a space to work. That's what you should do. Do not open a salon because it does not make sense. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to do that because I was frustrated with the fact that my YouTube video is so splotchy, and then Facebook doesn't let me download my videos anymore, because that's how I used to record my videos, was using Facebook Live. Then I would download it and edit it and add my trailer and my ending thing and then post it to YouTube. But now it's like I can't do that. So I just want to get in here and show y'all what I did today, because looking real businessy with my clothes on from DVA Boss Boutique. Coming soon. I just got to upload all the photos to the website. But yeah, you'll be able to purchase business apparel that you can dress up for a night out. Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to say it like that, or dress down for just everyday work. Put like a camisole underneath it and not be as, out there. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, because I hear a lot of people say that that's their goal, is to own a salon. And I'm just telling you, that's not what you want to do. That's not even what I did. I just needed a space to work. So I happened to be able to negotiate and secure a building that was big enough for me to share it with other people. But it's affordable for me. Well, not just affordable. It's not, I mean, it is what it is. But I can handle it myself. That's the other thing I would say, is when you get a salon, make sure you could cover the expenses by yourself with nobody else in there. Because that's the problem that most salons run into. They open a salon and then rely solely on the stylist in there to pay the rent. And then what you gonna do? Because it's always a revolving door in a salon. It always is. It's never a situation. Like sometimes you'll find those salons that have like that good chemistry where the people been in there for years. But even in those situations, it's gonna come a month where, hey, I'm having a rough time. Can you work with me? Stuff like that. And things gonna come up. So I mean, for the most part though, salons do not stay fully occupied at all times. So yeah, make sure you can handle it by yourself through the slow periods, which is what I did. So, make sure you can always handle all the expenses by yourself with no one there, because then you won't be pressed and you won't be stressed when things don't go right or when things get crazy. And the other way that you could prevent things from getting crazy is policies. Just speak through policies. Don't get too personal with anybody, because it's business. You got to remember that. Sometimes you could be like, oh yeah, it's a team. It's not a team. It's never going to be a team when you are the one that's providing the space. It's always going to be some type of way for feelings to be caught and you to, be the enemy just because whatever reason. So don't take it personal, and don't put yourself in a position for it to even matter, because it doesn't matter. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I just wanted to share those tidbits of information. So just to recap before I log off of here and stop showing this greatness. Nah. Don't open a salon. Open suites, because it's more lucrative and it makes more sense, and that's what people want. Keep it professional. Keep it business. Put policies and procedures in place to protect yourself and to keep you from having to really say anything. Just let paper talk, and keep it cordial and conducive for everybody. And that's really it. Oh, the third thing is make sure you can afford it by yourself without anybody else in there. So with that being said, if you're not if you don't do hair, because I know a lot of people that, like the second salon I went to was a man. The owner didn't even do hair. And that's why he was hounding people about the rent. That's why I left. I was trying to be polite about it, and I wasn't going to say anything, but that's why I left the second salon I went to, because I went there. I was, paying my rent. I was on a part-time rent. Like, I wasn't even there every day. So I negotiated a part-time rate for myself, and I was paying it on time. And I came in the weekends when nobody else was really working like that. They didn't work the weekends, but I did. And the owner went through my station looking for my envelope. and didn't call me, didn't ask me anything, but made it look like the salon got robbed. Like I came into work the next day, the person that paid me the previous day had paid me in all 20s, and I didn't have change to give him the remainder of my partial booth rent. So I wasn't gonna tip you, sir. I was gonna bring the rest the next day. But I come in and see a wreck on my station, and I'm like, did the salon get robbed last night? And he like, your rent was short. I'm like, I ain't even turned it into you yet. I work on the weekends. Oh, you do? I was like, yeah, I do. So I kindly took that as an opportunity to exit, and I was like, yeah, I'm finna do hair at home. And I ran it up at home up until I had the baby. So I'm just saying, you don't have to be in a salon to be successful. But if you do choose to do rent or suite or whatever you do, make it work for you, make it make sense for you. And if you do decide to get into an ownership situation, do not own something that people don't want. I just happened to own this, but it was for me. It was not for the purpose of saying, oh, I'm about to open a salon and then I'm about to get people in there and get money from them. No, I get money. So I made a salon just so that my people could have a place to come to that was nice and professional and clean, and I could pay for it myself. And then I just happened to open it up to other people to be in, because why be in here by myself? For what? It's a waste of space. And why have waste of space? So, but yeah, now that I told you my little story, recap one more time before I head out. Don't own a salon, own suites. Policies and procedures. Make sure you can afford it by yourself without anyone's help, so that it doesn't affect you when the slow periods come and when you have transitions between occupancy. And keep it professional. That's all. So until next time, this may turn into a YouTube video if it looks good enough, because it looks a little blurry and fuzzy to me, but if it works out, I'll keep it. And until next time, remember, every day above ground is a good day, so make it count. And if life is but a dream where we wonder what stars are, let's make it a wondrous night, because lone stars are great, but the best settings feature multiple brights. And that just means you shine brighter when you enhance the light of another. No reason to down nobody, because you get more in life when you bless others, when you bring others up and motivate them. So live and walk in light, and your life will always be right.